So today, I'm going to start out with what we call our buy box. The buy box is the criteria that we have for looking at a note and determining, is this a note that we want to purchase? So we start out, before we do anything, with laying out the parameters of what is included in the buy box and what is excluded. And while those parameters are pretty straightforward and well set, there is some flexibility.
Right.
So it's not like it's all black and white. It's really a lot of gray.
Right. But it's a
And
guide. It's a guide to
true,
go through the process.
true. And there are going to be trade-offs, because the other thing that we all know, if you're a real estate investor, is that there are no two houses alike.
Mm-hmm.
There are no two borrowers alike. There are no two neighborhoods alike. So while you may have a very specific criteria, you got to be flexible if you're trying to make sure that you're going to get a return on your investment.
Right.
So
Right.
having stated all of that, I'll start with our buy box. For us, the first thing we look at is loan size. And I'm going to back up and say, we're looking for average.
Yeah.
Where I have investor friends who buy on the very high end,
Right.
and others that buy on the very low end. And there are reasons for their investment strategies. They're buying on the high end because they're getting a better discount. And if there's a payoff, they get a much bigger payoff. On the low end, they're buying on the low end because they're spending much less capital on every note, and they're seeing their money turn faster.
Right.
We're in the middle, and the reason we're in the middle is that our strategy is we're trying to work with a borrower to keep them in their homes.
Right.
And so you're trying to work with the average person to keep them in their home. So
Right.
I'm not looking for something too big. I'm not looking for something too small. Having said that, we look at our loan size. The loan size for us will start, I don't know, 5,000, 3,000, somewhere in that, the mid four-figure numbers, and it'll go up to $50,000, $100,000. That's our range for the notes that we look at. Now realize that we're not paying that much for the note. That is the price. That is the unpaid balance on the note.
Right.
Legal balance could be even higher than those numbers, but that gives us something to play with. Some other factors that go into the size of the loan is that we do have holding costs, and you don't want your holding costs to eat up what your proceeds are going to be from a loan.
Right.
So that's first factor, loan size.
Yeah.
Second factor, house size. Again, when you're talking to investors in non-performing notes, everybody has their preference. For us, we look at houses that are, let's say, 50,000 up to maybe 300,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, that can vary depending on geographic areas of the country. If you're in California, people would laugh at you. You're not going to find a $50,000 house. If you're in Cleveland and you say you're looking for $300,000, $400,000 houses, they're going to go, yeah, they're out there, but they're going to be more in that lower range. So again, we're trying to do something that's average for for the areas that we invest in. You'll find that we don't do much investing in some of the more high cost areas. So house size, that's another factor that we use to help us stay within where we want to be.